Corpse Party is an adventure game that came out in 1996 and is arguably one of the most important games that came out in the RPG Maker horror genre, because yes, it's a genre. Now, there are a lot of videos about Corpse Party on the internet, but the majority of those are about the remake. So I've wondered, how come no one plays the original version, the one that came out in 96? Well, the main reason is that the game is in Japanese and didn't have a translation at the time. But however, there was a port of the game made on its 10-year anniversary day for day on RPG Maker XP, named Corpse Party Rebels. What's the story behind the creation of this game, you would ask? Well, I will definitely explain that in the next episode, as long as you hit subscribe and smash that like button. Come on, guys. 60,000 bajillion likes and I'll make a part 2. Hit that bell, yeah. Anyways, for now, just sit back, relax, take a snack and prepare for the Corpse Party. Body rock is in the house. The game starts in a school with a group of students sat around a candle. One of them is telling a scary story that happened a while ago in the school. A girl fell off the third floor and cracked her head open. Even though people thought she was dead, she actually got up and screamed, "More! More!" After the girl finishes her story, one of the other classmates turns the lights on and starts introducing us to the plot of the game. This group of 4 students all volunteered to prepare a school festival, and they still haven't started even though it's night, so they have to get their asses up and start working. But suddenly, there's a power outage and someone starts knocking at the door. Everyone being scared of answering, you are the one designated to do it. Yes, you are this guy. Approaching the door of the class, the lights go back on and it turns out that the person behind the door was none other than your youngest sister, who brought you your umbrella because it's raining outside. You then decide it would be a good idea to have your sister help you prepare the festival, to which everyone agrees. After finishing the preparation work that apparently was just pushing all the desks to one side of the classroom, the group can finally leave. But there's actually another power cut, and this time an organ starts playing from the music room. Afraid and unsure if they should go investigate the sound, they start walking through the hallway until... After this intense police chase sequence, you wake up in what seems to be a decrepit and ancient classroom. Seeing one of your friends on the other side, you join them, and not long after, your sister and 2 other friends find you. After investigating the classroom, you can conclude 2 things. First of all, the windows lead to nothing but darkness and cannot be opened. And second of all, after taking a look at the journal that's right here, the date reads 1926. This very unnerving and terrifying situation causes both your sister and the girl who was telling scary stories earlier to cry and break down. But as the main character, you decide to make a motivational speech saying that there has to be some escape somehow, somewhere. After the group decides to search the school, the game lets us look at the biography of every main character by having you looking around as a giant floating eyeball. So here's the description of each character. Satoshi, a second-year student in Kisaragi Academy Senior High. Satoshi is a bit timid and some would say a coward, but he would do anything for his younger sister. He's reliable in a pinch, in fact, he's the protagonist of this game. He and Naomi have a bit of a power struggle. Yokishi. Although he seems a bit cynical and rebellious, in actuality he's just frank and honest, which is why he didn't fight it too much when he was put on the class committee via Balot, and also why he showed up to prepare for the coming school festival. Ayumi, the class representative who loves to scare people. She loves to tell ghost stories and it's rumored that's why she carries around a bunch of candles. In actuality, she tells those stories to hide her own fear. Naomi. Ever since junior high, she and Satoshi have had a tense relationship. She's always greeted him with,
"I'm so sick of you."
Yuka, Satoshi's younger sister, currently a second-year student at Kisaragi Academy Junior High School. She got mixed up in all this while delivering an umbrella to her brother. Spoiled by her family, she acts much younger than she really is. After this introduction, we can finally go explore the school and see what's up. You go with Yuka and Naomi while Yokishi stays with Ayumi. As soon as we're out of the classroom, Yuka interrupts us to give us her luck charm. Satoshi is reluctant at first, but then she starts crying and we are met with a dialogue option. But anyways, for now I'll just take the charm and we can see the first puzzle mechanic of this game. Since the floor has a lot of holes in it, we have to find those floorboards, yes, that's a floorboard sprite, and use them in order to fill the gaps. The problem being that those floorboards just snap into place somehow and you cannot remove them except if you can force them open, which we'll get back to, that later. Taking the stairs, we start looking around and there is definitely weird stuff happening over there. You have hair falling out the closets, a bucket of a forbidden room, and in this room there is that's a skeleton. After looking a little closer, you realize that yes, it's a real skeleton, and also it's a skeleton that can talk. He actually starts explaining a little bit about, the place we're trapped in. From what he explains, the residual memories of ghosts can leak out and create a reality of its own, a closed space. And somehow, humans from the real world can just get dragged into those for some reason. However, the skeleton says that there must be a way to break this reality and escape, and that we just must go on and keep looking. Yuka starts crying again, wanting to be reconforted, and we can either be le good or le bad, so I decided to be a good brother and tell her it's all gonna be okay. Coming at the corner, we meet this floating star, which is actually a switch button to the other party. Yokishi and Ayumi start exploring on their own, but a sudden earthquake makes the stair impossible to access. However, the upper path opens, allowing us to advance in a brand new part of the school. Going to this room, we are met with another corpse as well as inscriptions carved with nails onto the floorboard that say "Do not look at the poster," which I assumed was this poster, and so I did not check it and I left. After inspecting the splatter, a ghost sneaks behind our backs and opens the path to the science classroom. After entering it, we can see there's a floorboard right here. And there's also this weird-ass science mannequin that's... yeah, I totally... He's not gonna do anything to us, right? And what you know, after walking a little bit, the mannequin starts chasing us. So I did get caught the first time because I forgot that to sprint you have to hold down the interact key. When that happens, a scene starts with Ayumi who is about to be attacked by the monster. I'm pretty sure I could have just escaped and left her to die, but I decided to attack the monster instead, and I died. So I reloaded the save, and this time I was able to escape the monster pretty easily, since his AI is kinda trash. By putting the floorboard here, you can just bring him here and then just escape. But surprise, surprise, the monster chases you out of the classroom, into the stairs, and then straight up disappears, just like that. Okay, don't even ask me why. And by going up, we enter a peculiar classroom that actually looks a lot like our classroom, the one in, the beginning with the festival and stuff. A magical force kicks us out of the classroom, and proceeding to the right, there are two shelves that contain notes written by a woman. They talk about an incinerator located in the basement, as well as a secret button hidden next to one of the posters. Switching again to the trio, we are now able to pass this hole by getting the floorboard that was unstuck by the earthquake, and this hallway is covered in green bile that, according to this spirit, will feed off your life force and then kill you. Going up the stairs, we meet our friends, and since no one has found an exit yet, we just keep searching. After grabbing the forbidden room key and going there, we see that there is a floating item in the air. The poster indicates that we must take a leap of faith. So by doing that, you discover that there is a secret path. Take the blessed shoes, and now we can walk into the green stuff without getting hurt, which leads us to the bathroom. This area didn't have much to it, the most interesting thing being that one of the mirrors doesn't reflect your face. I left pretty quickly before being interrupted by Yuka again, who really needed to pee. I obviously decided to go with her because this is a Japanese horror game, meaning that there's definitely gonna be a scary monster called Poopshin who's gonna come out the toilet bowl and try to kill her. So I gotta take precautions. Everything seems to be going normal until we hear a scream from Naomi and blood starts coming out of the toilet bowl and Yuka is drowning in it. The door is stuck, so Satoshi kicks it repeatedly until a spirit appears, the one that we saw earlier. The spirit says it's useless to try and save her and we should leave because the door will never open. Being the good brother I am, I told her to kill me instead of her. She then calls bluff and asks us if she would really sacrifice ourselves, and she wasn't there, and as an answer, Satoshi does one of the most wild things I have ever seen in a horror game. Satoshi gets mad at the spirits, then jumps on the toilet stall, punches her, and pulls Yuka out of the stall. So to recapitulate here, we just punched a ghost. Like punching a literal ghost. Like how? After this savage moment from Satoshi, we rejoin Naomi, who has lost consciousness and doesn't remember much aside from spirits appearing. I then asked Yuka if she was still okay after nearly drowning in a pool of blood, and she seems fine. She then giggles and runs away while blushing. We then find a lever on the ground and I stop recording because this is where the video ends. I hope you really liked it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the stuff that you do. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.